Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Old School English Teacher. Today we're going to talk about the 4 types of sentences and end punctuation. The reason why I developed this video is because over the course of years I have read innumerable essays that lack end punctuation. So let's get started. There are 4 types of sentences in the English language. We have the declarative sentence. This is simply a statement. We have the interrogative sentence, which is a question. There is the imperative sentence, which is simply a command. We have the exclamative sentence, which is an exclamation. So let's examine the declarative sentence. The declarative sentence is simply a statement. It is the most commonly used sentence type. That is the type of sentence we use when we're giving a talk or a lecture or we're writing an essay. We use the declarative sentence to claim a position or a perspective. A period is used at the end of a declarative sentence. For example, the elderly hermit lived in the derelict house on the corner. The second type of sentence is the interrogative sentence. And we can see the word interrogate inside the word interrogative because it asks a question. Use a question mark at the end of a question. For example, when did the elderly hermit move into his house? The third type of sentence is imperative. And that's just a fancy word for it's a command. Use a period at the end of the imperative sentence. For example, please take off your shoes before walking on my white carpet. And the fourth type of sentence is the exclamative sentence. And we can see the word exclaim inside of the word exclamative. The exclamative sentence strongly states ideas or emotions, and it ends with an exclamation mark. For example, no, I don't want any more spinach. You know I hate spinach. And a word of caution about the exclamation mark. Use it sparingly. It's like hot sauce. You can ruin a really good dish with too much hot sauce. In the same way, you can ruin a really good piece of writing with too many exclamation points. So let's have a short student practice. I want you to write a story in first person or third person. I'm going to give you that choice, but I want you to stay consistent. So if you choose first person, you need to stay in first person during the entire story. Same with tense. I'm giving you a choice, write in present tense or past tense, but again, stay consistent. Use each of the 4 sentence types with appropriate punctuation. And I have an example for you. My friend Juanita enjoys cooking elaborate meals for her family. That's a declarative sentence. What will she cook when I come to stay with her? Interrogative. I know she will say to me, no, you can't help me, you relax. That's imperative. I hope she makes Italian food. I can eat mountains of her pasta. Exclamative. So, press pause, and then I will be here waiting for you when you finish. So how did you do with your story? I'm sure you did fabulously. Remember, when you have trouble getting started with a writing task, just follow the example. A very wise writing teacher said to me that if you have trouble getting started with your writing project, lower your standards. When we aim for perfection, we stifle our creativity because the expectations are too high. So I have found that if I just tell myself, oh, I can write any old thing, it doesn't matter. That gets things going, I relax, and the creative juices start to flow. I have 2 book recommendations, Pulling Your Own Strings by Wayne Dyer and Your Erroneous Zones by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I'd like to tell you a story about Dr. Wayne Dyer. He was a young man, newly graduated with his PhD in psychology, and he wrote a book, Pulling Your Own Strings. He couldn't find a publisher. No one would publish his book. So he self-published, and so he had boxes filled with hundreds of his book, Pulling Your Own Strings. And he traveled around the country, stopping at various bookstores, begging, imploring these bookstore owners to put a few of his books on their shelves. Well, he gave talks, he traveled around the country placing his books. This was before internet, this was before social media, so this was friend to friend, neighbor to neighbor, word of mouth. And he finally built a following, and guess what? He found a publisher. And I love that story because it shows that he believed in himself. And that's what Pulling Your Own Strings is about. It's about believing in your own self, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. It's about not worrying about what other people think. It's about not trying to please everyone in your life. I read Pulling Your Own Strings when I was about 20, in my late 20s. And it changed my life. It was like I had this awakening. I thought, I'm in charge of my destiny. I don't have to please all of these people in my social circle. So it was rather liberating. I highly recommend it. Your Erroneous Zones, another wonderful book by Wayne Dyer. This teaches us about habits that may be holding us back. Some of those invisible things we do up here that maybe sabotage our success. And he teaches you how to navigate around those. So these are old books. You probably have to find them used on Amazon, but they were life-changing for me, and so I highly recommend them. And anything by Dr. Wayne Dyer is very edifying. So that's all I have for you today. So remember the 4 sentence types. Remember how important that end punctuation is. And good luck and good writing. Bye-bye.